The original M2 was a brilliant driver. The 2017 M2 had to be prized out of the hands of Tour pros. The M4 won 6 times on the PGA Tour in 2018. So how does this new M6 driver follow all that? Let's take a golf bitter look under the hood. Now the answer Taylormade found, and let's be honest here, are in the less than inspiring form of 2 vintage looking screws in the face, but they come with one of the greatest and most convincing explanations I have ever heard. You see, it seems that back in the day, or up to 2018, all the driver faces were made on the safe side of the legal COR or springiness limit to allow for manufacturing tolerances. You might have gotten lucky and bought an M1, 2, 3 or 4 driver with a more trampoliny face than your mate on the tee next to you. There was no real way of knowing without rigorous testing except to say they were all legal. But now, in the M6 and M5, all the faces are made illegal, then brought back to barely the right side of the law by injecting hot melt resin in the heel and toe of the face where those screws are. I told you the story was brilliant. It makes us feel like we're running from the golfing police a little bit, and it's exciting. The phrase speed injection is also used to evoke almost a feeling of a performance enhancing club that has been injected in a good way to bring it back to the limit. Personally, I'm more convinced by the fact that the face is 3.4 grams lighter than before and machined thin around the edges to provide a frankly huge sweet spot, and that all makes sense with this hot melt resin. Whether you like the screws or not, the testing numbers are plain to see. This method can result in a 2 miles per hour ball speed gain versus previous models at an average swing speed. Now, where its brother the M5 is hugely adjustable, the M6 is the one where you just give it to the Taylormade engineers and say, make this thing go long and forgiving, would you? And that brings us to the head shape and weighting, which differs from its brother the M5 and its predecessor the M4. Looking down on the crown, the silver titanium section has been thinned, the carbon area and content has been increased by 46%, and the unnoticeable but effective twist face, well, that's retained. If you think the M6 looks a little open at address, you can start adjusting the hosel to one of the 7 options and plus or minus 2 degrees to suit you. And it's worth noting that there's a D-type version released also to really enhance a right to left shot shape. The big change on the M6, however, is on the undercarriage. The Hammerhead 2.0 speed slot has lost a bar due to that injected resin doing the job of bracing the face. And then there's a big rear underslung 46 gram weighted section. Taylormade call it an inertia generator, which, when balanced with the weight savings in the carbon crown, create a more forgiving setup. So maybe a little blockier and not as aerodynamic as the M4, but with a faster face already giving added ball speed. Who wouldn't want to hit another fairway or two, especially when you consider that the stock Fujikura Atmos shaft is a whopping 45.75 inches long. Great for distance, but it's going to be more difficult to control. So to summarise the M6 driver with its face screws, it's not going to be winning any beauty contests, but what it will be winning is tour events all over the world in the hands of the best players. Now make sure to check out our review of the more adjustable Taylormade M5 driver too. It's essential viewing really if you're choosing between the two. And if you like our under the hood reviews, and we do strive to be clear and honest and independent, please do give us a thumbs up below and hit subscribe and stay up to date with the very latest on Golf Bitter, Facebook and Twitter. From me for now though, it's Donal out. Thumbs up, not thumbs down.